Good morning, and this is the anniversary of me waking up 12 months post the beginning of the ramping up genocide in Palestine. So I want to acknowledge that at the start of this video, that Indigenous resistance will save us all. Free Palestine. I'm trying to hold on to today the joy of Indigenous resistance, despite the horrors, despite the heartbreak, despite that we're still seeing 12 months later Western governments excuse the violence being perpetrated by another Western government that has infiltrated a part of the world that it doesn't belong. And this is not me saying Jewish people don't belong there. This is me saying that some of you belong in Europe. Anyway, today I'm going to do another reading using the Wandering Moon Tarot and the Wandering Soul Oracle deck. I don't know why, but I've just got a lot of energy and I need to transmute it into something positive. So let's see what we have today at the bottom of the Oracle deck, and then we'll pull out the tarot deck, and then we'll pull out the Oracle. Oh, it's kind of a perfect card because, you know, the devil. Do I believe the devil exists? No, but I do believe very low vibrational energy exists, and I believe that low vibrational energy is what's running this fucking world at the moment, and it's time we turn that around into a high vibrational energy that has us all loving and caring for each other, not stealing each other's fucking land and committing genocide. And what is the Oracle going to say to us today? Metamorphosis. That's actually a beautiful card to come out with the devil, because what we want to do is transform that low vibrational energy into high vibrational energy that lifts the collective consciousness. So butterflies represent change, moving from one form into another. But it's also important to remember that while that caterpillar is in the cocoon becoming a butterfly, that the process is a messy one, and that's what we're experiencing now. All right, so firstly I'm going to pull some Oracle memories coming out in the split, because yeah, there's lots of memories flying around in my mind at the moment about where I was at this time last year, where I am now, what is not in my life now that was in my life this time last year, and just how much change has happened too in the last 12 months, just for me personally and maybe for you guys as well. It's been a real test of our will and our drive for liberation this last 12 months, because when so much power is condensed in those low vibrational energies, that keeps so many of us trapped in those low vibrational energies, jumping through the hoops that their systems have set up. It's about understanding that this resistance, this fight for liberation and transformation comes from a place of love, but it also comes from our rage at the injustice. And so I think when we can pull together that rage and that love, we can transform things. Darcy wants to say good morning. Good morning, Darcy. Darcy says she can't believe that she's like, 20 months old and she's been experiencing genocide for like so much of her own life. Like, come on now. She's had to put up with her human being all like, fuck Israel for a really long time now. So maybe the message that we're looking for today is, how do we spiritually keep ourselves in good energy while we navigate this space? What am I doing splitting the deck? It's really weird actually, because like I sleep really well, and but this time last year my sleep patterns were a bit out because I was communicating with someone on the other side of the world, so we would chat really early in the morning. But I woke this morning at the same time that I woke this day last year, because the body keeps the score. As an Indigenous person, that was a big moment. And I think I can speak for a lot of us Indigenous people when we say that watching what's happened over the last year has ripped open wounds for us from our own ancestors wounding over invasion and gross acts of genocide. And the space that we're in now, in what I call a slow genocide, where the systems are killing us in a slower way, a less obvious way, but still doing the work of the colony, And so this is me sending out love to my Indigenous kin across the planet, who are having wounds open, illnesses show up because of that, that wounding that carries through our bloodlines from the injustices that we have faced and continue to face, and that we know our ancestors faced. And yeah, preserving time. I'm going to read from the book for all of these, and communicate. I'm going to see if there's any more that want to come out, because I am feeling quite a bit of energy today, so we'll see. Gateway. All right. So, for the first card, liminal space, let's have a look and see what the book says about that. You find yourself in a space of in-between, which we really are right now, right? We can sense change is present, but not enough people in the space of wanting to make change. And it keeps us kind of in an in-between space, right? A space which is found after one phase is ended and before the beginning of the next one. Liminal spaces, whether physical or not, have an innate ability to make us feel unsettled. Hence why we tend to rush through them to reach our destination. In a liminal space, we are neither here nor there. We are in a realm of otherness. Embrace this state of being in between, despite the discomfort it is causing you now. Embrace it for the unique point of view it provides you with, and for the ways in which it can expand our consciousness if we allow it. One door has closed behind you, another door is in front of you, but it is yet to open. You stand in the space that both closed doors create, a dimension of somewhere else. Use it to your advantage and take a moment to rest and gather your thoughts. Utilize the space well. Be thankful for the phase which has ended and look forward to the new chapter ahead with hope and purpose. If you can find a way to feel peace in the liminal space, it will reward you with insight, opportunity, and time to prepare for whatever awaits you behind the next door. So I am really feeling this in-between energy, and as someone who intuitively picks up on changes in energy, I remember feeling a shift in late October last year, a collective shift. But I realized later that I was feeling the preemptive energy of a collective shift. And I think over the last year we have watched a shift happen in the collective. We have more and more people turning up to protest. We have more and more people talking about it, talking out about it. But we're still not there yet. And so, you know, we have this imagining of what we want the society to look like while we're still existing within society being the way that it is. And I think it's hard to stay in that liminal space because there's a sense of frustration. You can see what needs to be done. But it's also understanding that it's in that liminal space that the work needs to be done. To generate more energy behind that shift in energy, you know. I don't know why the whole grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference keeps coming to my head. But that has been an important prayer, because it is a prayer. But I do leave off the prayery bits. But it was an important reminder for me when I was going through my drug rehabilitation 24 years ago, that there were things in my life that I couldn't change. You know, I can't go back and change Europeans enacting their white supremacy and their violence across the globe against black and brown people. I can't wind back the clock so that doesn't happen, so that the society we're in today doesn't look like how they want it to look. I can't go back and I can't change what happened in my childhood. I can't go back and change what happened in my teens. I can't go back and change what happened in my 20s and 30s. All I have the power to do is change how I navigate things now, I guess. Not knowing what the outcome's going to be, but hoping that my outcome is that joy is as much a part of my life as pain, you know? Anyway, sorry, that was a bit of a ramble, but here we go. I think you're all used to my little bit of a ramble now, so preserving time. So preserving time, we've got the two like Polaroid type photo images here. One's got a moon and the other looks to have the sky with clouds and stuff. A snapshot of time. Polaroid photos of a momentary memory captured. Are you capturing memories? Are you letting time fly by? Are you allowing the rush of daily life to take you away from the beauty that surrounds you in every single moment? The universe and all that's within it is not there to serve as a backdrop to your life. It is there to be part of your existence. Be woven into it and enhance it. This is a reminder to go out and enjoy the beauty of the world, all that is beyond it. Capture the memories of your loved ones, regardless of how mundane they may seem. Preserve the emotion you feel where you were touched by the source energy. Remember the sounds of the voices of your ancestors when they speak to you. Hold tight onto how the morning sunlight feels upon your face, the smell of the season in the air, the sound of loved ones' laughter. See what it is in front of you and glory in it. Find what is hidden from you and seek out the truth. Switch off the autopilot that daily life can demand you use and look up, look around, look within. Take your own snapshots within your mind, your heart, and your soul. This is like a very poignant card for today because we've watched over the last 12 months as Palestinians have been documenting their existence, seeing photos of their precious babies alive and then dead. Seeing their homes where they made memories be blown to pieces. And yet still, amidst all the terror and the heartache, we see Palestinians finding joy and taking a moment to capture that and preserve it in time. That you can take our freedom, but you cannot take our love. You cannot take our joy. You can't take our memories. I think all of us have snapshots in our head of the imagery that has been on our screens for the last year. Stuff that we will never ever forget, that no one should ever have to see, let alone experience in real time. And I think Palestinians are a great reminder to us all that no matter the hell we feel we're living, there is always some joy to be found. And I think they have taught us that or reminded our souls of that, and forever grateful, you know, forever grateful. I've always known that black joy is resistance. And I see it in my own communities with how we face the grief and heartbreak. And really what funny bastards that makes us. But, you know, like, yeah. Okay, let's look at what communicate says. Communicate is one of the 4 cards in this deck, which represent predictions. So be interested to see what this one says. All right. There is a conversation that needs to be had, either with yourself or with another. This conversation can go one of 2 ways, and it is you who will decide in which direction it flows. Previously, you have chosen to avoid confrontation due to discomfort and the pain it causes you. However, recent changes within yourself and your spiritual growth has provided you with a new sense of self and a graceful, quiet confidence. There is every chance this conversation could collapse before any meaningful words are exchanged. It is you and your powers of peace and calm which can save this situation and lead to a positive outcome for all involved. Discussions regarding this issue can be saved due to the work you have been putting into yourself and your spirit. You are beginning to move into a space where you can stand in your power. You are moving beyond communicating with small ideas, falling into the trap of petty arguments, thinking there is power in snide words and verbal manipulation. This enlightenment means you possess the abilities to have this exchange of communication, have it be meaningful, and bring it to an outcome where all participants involved can be satisfied with its resolution. Communication has been a big thing the last 12 months, you know. A lot of us communicating, trying to change people's perspectives, trying to get people to, you know, imagine themselves in the shoes of the Palestinians, the Sudanese, the Congolese. I think we're all navigating some of these conversations at the moment still. I think a lot of us have learned what conversations to put our energy into and what conversations don't deserve our energy. Maybe it's a family member that you need to have this conversation with. Maybe it's a friend. If there's one thing that I know, it's that with some people that aren't ready to hear the message that we have to say, it's not going to matter how you deliver it. If you're blunt, if you're soft and gentle, if you're cold, if you're cheery, like, some people aren't going to be ready to hear that message and are going to feel attacked by it. Stand in your truth anyway. Stand in your truth anyway. let's get this last card and then we'll look for some tarot. Okay, so final card is Gateway, which is a beautiful eye. Perfectly manicured eyebrows, not like mine. But wow, they've got a lot of eyelashes. Lots of eyelashes. All right. There is a being who sits by the doorways and portals we use for our spiritual practices. This being, who serves as our very own spiritual bodyguard, is known as a gatekeeper. They are one of the collection of souls who exists as your spirit guides. This guide in particular has the role of protector and keeper of the keys. It is time for you to meet this spirit guide or to reconnect with them if meeting them has already occurred. They are crucial as their job is to provide a powerful layer of spiritual and psychic protection for when you dive into the worlds of divination, spell work, accessing and enhancing any of your psychic gifts, or conversing with those in the spiritual realm. Your gatekeeper offers you safe passage into the spirit world and ensures your safety while you are there. Even your daily tarot draws open you up to other worlds and all of the entities which reside within them. Remember that not all of them are beings of light. Some are of darkness and seek out any unprotected spirits to attach to. Your gatekeeper is the one who guards your energy and spirit, only allowing beings with your highest interests at heart to interact with you. Meeting your gatekeeper is done through meditation. It can take multiple attempts to meet them and establish a trusting relationship, but this soul is crucial to the work you do and dangers you are exposed to. So what I'm getting from this card is, if you are not someone that thinks that you have a spirit team or that you have ancestors that are watching over you, guiding you, is how important it is that when we move through activist spaces, and especially in this type of environment that we're in at the moment, where our governments are the baddies, that we enact a level of protection on ourselves. This is maybe advice for me. But I do spiritual stuff to protect myself. Baths are a huge thing for me at the moment. Well, water has always been a big thing for me. I love water, but I've been getting back into baths this year, and so I bath like every second day and shower the other days. But salt baths to help cleanse any negative energy, smoking, my bedroom and my tarot area, when I am doing readings for myself and I'm calling on my ancestors, I make sure I call on my healed ancestors, because, you know, I have colonizer blood in me, so do we really want their advice? Anyway, you know, there's certain things that you can do to protect yourself. If you're someone that is highly visible online, maybe you don't use your full name or your real name. Maybe you don't display your photo because you don't want to be easily identifiable to the fash. But I want to touch on this as well. Sometimes protecting ourselves is moving away from supporting people who are okay with being silent on mass genocides and playing both sides. So, you know, I go through this back and forth in my head. Did I do the right thing with my job? Standing up for a free Palestine and standing up for Indigenous rights is always the right thing to do. And yeah, it cost me my job, but reality is that, was that even a job that I should have been giving my sacred energy to? Is that boss someone that ever deserved my sacred energy? Because I know now, like, the type of person that I am a giving person. I like to help others. I didn't see that the boss that I thought really appreciated me as a worker, appreciated me as a person, liked me, I thought was my friend, actually was pretty toxic and didn't really like me as a person, but liked that I was a workhorse, liked that she could just call on me anytime and I would cover shifts. That she could rely on me. But in the end, whiteness trumps any of that. And for me, part of protecting myself was protecting myself from that energy, you know, actually taking stock and seeing how that energy was making me feel, and what messages I was sending to myself. So yeah, protection goes many ways. So anyway, let's pull some tarot. Remembering that the underlying energy for the reading was transforming that devil energy, birthing it into something new. Okay, they all turned over, so let's take all of them. All right. Okay, so we have got 7 cards that have come out. I will hold them all up and show you what they are. First of all, we got the 4 of Moons, 7 of Swords, 7 of Wands. We have the Judgment card. We have the 6 of Moons. We have the 3 of Moons. And the Fool. All right. So as I'm sitting here looking at these cards that have come out, we've got 2 sevens, and 7 of Swords is representative of, you know, betrayal, lies, And I think we all are very familiar with that because we, you know, like I read Albanese's statement this morning on October 7th, and I was like, are you for real? Are you for real? Are you for real, dude? You are lying to us all and expecting us to just lap it up when we are watching reality on our screens. Sevens are also a number of change. And so the fact that 2 sevens are leading up to the Judgment card, and Judgment is about an awakening. It's weird because the 3 cards that come before Judgment are kind of like hard kind of energies. So with the 4 of Moons, which would be the 4 of Cups, then you've got the 7 of Swords and the 7 of Wands, and they're like conflicty kind of cards. Then you've got the Judgment card, which is a transformation. And then we've got the 6 of Moons, which is 6 of Cups, which is about, again, very much linked with that, the memories and memories preserved in time kind of thing. Then we've got the 3 of Moons, which is about coming together in love, friendship, and then the Fool. And the Fool is it's weird because, yeah, you got the Fool, and that is card 0 in the tarot, which signifies obviously the beginning of a new journey. And when I was talking about being in that liminal space of in between, I feel like the Judgment card is really representing that liminal space in between, where on one side we have a level of chaos and harm and pain and suffering, and then over this side we have lots of emotional energy in regards to moving forward into a better space. And the 7 of Swords, I'm like, with all these swords going into the ground, I'm like, you know, this is Palestine and this is the West, you know? And this card with the hand holding one of the moons, and it's like the Palestinians holding on to what's theirs, what's their birthright, their land, their cultures, their people, you know. You know, the imagery in this Fool card of the person falling, they're free falling. It's giving big freedom vibes to me, like liberation. I'm liberated, you know, arms out. I know today's reading was a little bit different to what it normally is, but, you know, energy is what it is, and today is what it is. And today, all my love to Palestine, to Lebanon, to Syria, to Yemen, to Kanaki, to West Papua, to Sudan, to the Congo, and to all oppressed people everywhere, and all Indigenous people fueling resistance with their love and rage, and the strength of ancestors, and the knowledge that the land is us and we are the land. Anyway, thank you for joining me today. There might be another reading later because there is a lot of energy, but that's today's. Thank you.